Good morning, guys. It is time for a spinning update, crochet update, knitting update. First, we're going to do a spinning update. This past week was Spinzilla, and I was on the Knit Girls team. And my goal was 2 pounds. I was shy of 2 pounds by 3.2 ounces. So I took my total spun was 28.8 ounces, and my yardage was 7,226 yards of singles. I could have spun more if I had the belt for my B. You guys know that I had purchased a replacement belt, and that one broke after a couple of uses. So then I ordered another replacement belt, but it still hasn't been shipped or hasn't arrived. So I didn't have 10 bobbins available to use, and the way the weather has been here, the pressure from the rain and everything, I didn't want to use the electric spinner because it's a little noisy, and I just didn't want to, give myself a migraine for spinning and stuff. So I just used the Kromsky and spun on it, but now my knees are sore from using it because it's a different spinning, a different trailing action than the B. It has very smooth trailing action, but you're using more of a stair step type of trailing, and so it tends to make my knee, especially my left knee, sore after a couple of days of doing that. So we'll get on to the first skein of yarn. Like I said, I applied as I went. First up is the Fin sheep wool. It was in a humbug blend, which was white blended with browns, and it's natural. It's no dye involved, so it's just a natural wool. To just use blended a white fleece with a brown fleece, and you get a very nice effect from that, of slightly a heathered effect to barber poling effect when you spin the yarn. The yarn ends up being really pretty. And I had a pound of that. The fiber was purchased from International Fleeces a couple of years ago, and she's no longer in business. Family comes first, and I can understand that. So first we have a 2-ply, and it is 827.15 yards as a 2-ply. Now you multiply that by 2 and you get how much yardage you have in singles. So it's 2,481 yards in singles. Okay, so this is the first skein right here. So that's skein number 1. The second skein, I applied this one on my Kromsky. This skein, I applied it from the bobbins. All of it was spun on the Kromsky, but because there was so much of this fiber, and I spun it so fine, I applied it on the electric wheel, the electric spinner, simply because it would have taken me forever to apply all this just using the Kromsky and switching out bobbins. So those bobbins on the electric spinner can hold damn near a pound of wool. So that's why I applied this one on that one. This one is 417 yards. It's also a 2-ply. That's because I was plying on the Kromsky, and I was like, this is going to take me forever. And so this was the second one. This is a 2-ply. The third one I applied at Yarn for Breakfast on Saturday. It was the remainder of the fiber that was left, and it is 233 yards, and it's a 3-ply. So this one is a 3-ply. So that is a pound of fiber right there. It feels like more than a pound of fiber. She'll weigh it. So the next skein is some pole work that I dyed, and it's a 3-ply, and it's 356 yards, and it's a nice red, pinkish red. It's kind of showing up cherry looking, but it's not. It's more of a, I can't get the color to show up because it's overcast here, so I just got the light up there. So it's like a pinkish red versus the tangerine look up there. So that was that one. And that was 4 ounces of pole worth. And so this one is also one of mine that I dyed, and it's 4 ounces of pole worth. And it's a 3-ply, and it came up to 314 yards. So depending on the fiber, the way the fiber is drafted, you get different yardage with the same amount of fiber. And this was 4 ounces of merino, and it is in the Clemson Tigers color, purple and orange, and it's a 3-ply. And this is the last skein from Spinzilla, and this one turned out really nice, very nice, very consistent too. And of course, I got this one was dyed by Jana at Windswept Farms. Yeah. So that was Spinzilla. Crochet wise, I finished the cotton, the other star blanket that I was working on, and I can't spread it out for y'all, but so this is the 3rd star blanket, and the center is some sport weight leftovers that I had, and then the rest of the blanket is this cotton. And so it came out really nice. And this cotton is very soft. And so I have one thing of cotton left, and I'm gonna make a couple of different things with it since this is the 3rd star blanket, so I don't have to do any more blankets. I usually do 3. Did 3 last year. I'm doing 3 this year. I just gotta weave in the ends and then drop them off over at the A-Mark Foundation. So that's, yeah. So with the other, this is the other skein of cotton, and it's the big sugar and cream, 14 ounces. So it's 2 ounces shy of being a pound. So this is a cowl that I'm making, and using a shell pattern. So it's gonna be a cowl, and you'll be able to double it or triple wrap it around your neck. So I'm making a cowl, and then I'll probably make a hat and fingers, gloves, and then figure out what else to do with whatever's left. Probably just make some washcloths and stuff for the kitchen, since it's that beige color. Knitting, I'm starting another pair of fingers, gloves using the flat knitting pattern. And this yarn I purchased a year or so ago, and it's a real pretty variation. I don't remember what yarn it is. I don't have the band for it anymore, but this is how big the cake is, so it's a good amount of yarn. So I'll do the fingers, gloves, do a slouchy hat, knit a slouchy hat. I was gonna use it for knitting because I don't like using singles for crochet. So the gloves, a hat, and then depends on how much is left after I do the hat. I'll have to figure out something else to do, a project, small project to do with it. But it's a good amount of yarn. So after I do the gloves, I might just, instead of doing a hat, just do a scarf. So you have the fingerless gloves and a matching scarf. Because it's a right fair amount of yarn. So that is the update. Oh yeah. I went to Windswept Farms yesterday. And I do have some stuff to show y'all. Okay. So I got 4 skeins of yarn. Like I need more skeins of yarn, right? But I couldn't pass these up. They're just so pretty. I'm thinking about doing some. It's a 2-ply. I think. If it's a 3-ply, I'll do some socks with it. And then this was the other one. This is purple and black. I don't know if you guys can see it. But it's actually purple and black. It's real pretty. So I got those from Windswept yesterday. And so that's what I've been up to. I have a commission, spinning commission I'm working on, which is some alpaca sock yarn that will be it'll be ready sometime. I know I'm yawning a lot. Go fix me some breakfast, see if I can get some energy going around here. All right, take care.